When you feel good about your business, you know what happens, you guys? The work that you put out into the world attracts more, right? When you show up on social media and you're grateful for every person that's there, you show up differently. So I want to encourage you to take some time before you do a post, before you write an email, before you have a consultation call. Just be grateful for what you are experiencing in your business. I believe, honestly, you guys, that the gratitude that I had for my business a couple of years ago has literally created the biggest result I've ever had in my business.
Hello, I'm Debbie Shadid, the host of the Life Coach Business Building Podcast. If you are ready to have more clients in your life coach business, then you're in the right spot. Each week, I'm going to teach you super simple strategies to grow your business without feeling overwhelmed and without spending money on paid ads. Now, if that sounds interesting, stick around and let's get started.
Welcome to today's podcast. If you are in the US, you are listening to this the day before Thanksgiving. And I just want to stop for a moment and say how grateful I am for you. So grateful that you are looking at my emails, that you have joined my Canva workshop, that you are listening to this podcast, that you are following me on social media. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I would also be incredibly grateful when you have a moment, if you would be so kind to leave me a review for the podcast. All right, so today we're going to talk about gratitude. I'm going to try to keep it short because I know y'all are busy. Let's talk about the power of gratitude in your coaching business. Gratitude to me is not just a warm and fuzzy feeling. It's a powerful tool you can use to change your business results. I've done it, and I help my clients find what they have to be grateful for as well. Whether you're just starting out or you are very established, gratitude can make a significant difference in your business growth. I know firsthand that gratitude can bring me back into a place where I have the energy to create the success that I'm looking for. So when I find myself tired or worn out or disappointed or, not real motivated, when I practice gratitude and I just stop and take some time to write down everything I'm grateful for in my business, that just brings me to a space where I'm ready to get back to work. Have you tried that? If not, I want to encourage you to do that. I also want to talk about the science of gratitude. I know I did some research for this podcast. I decided that I wanted to gather some facts on gratitude. I found some research on practicing gratitude. The research was done by Robert Amos. He is a leading expert on the science of gratitude. Who knew? He said, if you keep a gratitude journal, these individuals are reported to have higher levels of energy, optimism, and even physical health, you guys, which makes sense, right? When you feel good, you have more energy to approach life. When you feel good about your business, you know what happens, you guys? The work that you put out into the world attracts more, right? When you show up on social media and you're grateful for every person that's there, you show up differently. So I want to encourage you to take some time before you do a post, before you write an email, before you have a consultation call. Just be grateful for what you are experiencing in your business. I believe, honestly, you guys, that the gratitude that I had for my business a couple of years ago has literally created the biggest result I've ever had in my business. When I shifted niches in 2021, y'all know the story. I really spent some time just being grateful for all that I had learned that had brought me to that moment. I just thought, wow, I could count all the years of investments in education and coaches that I'd hired, in working weekends and staying up late, in books that I'd read. I could practice gratitude for all of that and just trust that it had brought me to a moment just like that. And that has compounded into the result that I have today. So what do you need to decide to be super grateful for in your business? Maybe it's not business yet, but maybe it's all the work that you've done to get to it. Or maybe, as I heard a consultation call this morning, the lady said, I've just had 4 clients. Maybe we change that and we say, wow, I've had 4 clients. Whatever that number is for you, shift your perspective on what it is you can be grateful for. For sure, the gratitude that I practice helps me quiet my primitive brain. You guys hear me say, when your bratty brain is having a temper tantrum about something and it's complaining that you haven't done good enough or that you should have, you could have, you know that talk. When you hear that, the gratitude that you practice almost silences that. It can help me see how much progress I'm actually making. Gives me an opportunity to say, wow, this is working. So for me, I can tell you my results improve. You can improve your results too. Gratitude for sure increases your chances of success. When you're grateful, you are so much more likely to maintain that positive attitude and stay motivated. You guys know that a positive attitude, what you think about, you bring about, right? So the thoughts that you have will create better success for you because the actions you take will be more positive. Two of my favorite authors, Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy, have written several things together, but one of the books I want to talk about is The Gap and the Gain. I'm going to link a video here to YouTube where Dr. Benjamin Hardy talks about the gap and the gain. That book and the principles they teach about the gap and the gain actually set you up for a really great gratitude practice. So you are either living in the gain, where you are counting all that you've accomplished, how you have moved the lever forward, or you're talking about the gap of what you don't have yet. When you practice looking at the gain, you really are putting yourself in a place to practice gratitude for what you have gained. When I meet with clients every single week in our group coaching, always at the start of the week, I say, hey, tell me what you've done. Where are you at with things? Oftentimes, a natural response is, I should have done more, or I could have, or I only. How often do you think that? I only got, or I only have, or I should have done this, right? I stop people right there and I say, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Now, what is it that you did accomplish? Maybe you didn't get the big thing done, but maybe you got this part done. So I'm always trying to take them back to what they actually have accomplished so that they can experience some gratitude for what they did do in their business. How often are you thinking about what you did in your business instead of what you didn't do in your business? Take note of that, you guys. I can tell you for sure that if you practice gratitude in your business, it is going to flourish. One of the most iconic, famous people that we all know, Oprah Winfrey, attributes much of her success to the practice of gratitude. She believes that her daily gratitude journal has been the key factor to her achievements. One thing Oprah says is, be thankful for what you have and you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, guess what? You will never, ever have enough. Now let's talk about a couple of practical tips for you to practice more gratitude in your coaching business. And the most obvious thing is to start journaling every day your 3 things that you have to be grateful for. And I know that you've heard that one many times, but let's talk about how you could apply gratitude with your client work. What if you started a session saying, before we get started, let's think of some things that you are grateful for. Can you imagine the shift that it might put into your coaching session? It might shift the energy. Can you imagine the energy shift that it could bring to your coaching session? So you start out the session practicing gratitude. Now let's also think about talking to your clients about practicing gratitude every day. I think we take that for granted. We forget to tell people that. Motivate your clients to do that. Encourage them to do that. You can also share something you're grateful for, which actually too might set the tone for a positive session. And then please take time to reflect at least every month what you accomplished for the month, what you have to be grateful for. Listen, if you have a consultation, whether you sell them or not, I want you to be grateful for that. Do you know why? Because that will help you get more consultations, right? You will show up inspired to look for more consultations. Instead, we're aggravated because we don't have enough or we only have one. That energy keeps you in the exact same place. Now, for me, having time every day for a long gratitude practice, I found was impractical. So I created the Take 5 Mindset Method. You guys can go to debbieshadid.com/take and then the number 5. I will put that in the show notes. what I decided to do was shorten the time that I had in the morning for mindset practice in the morning, and I would take some in the evening. So I asked myself 5 simple questions each morning in 5 minutes. Then I asked myself 5 questions in the evening in 5 minutes. So I spend 10 minutes a day on mindset practice. That, you guys, if that is something you need, go to debbieshadid.com/take and then the number 5 and grab that. Because in the evening, one of the simple questions is, what do you have to be grateful for today? All right, you guys, that is it. Practice the incredible power of gratitude. And as we head into the holidays, make sure that you're grateful for, your loved ones, for the life that we have, for the health that we have, for the opportunity to create a business. My goodness, I am grateful for the power of coaching, for the knowledge that I have about self-coaching. That alone, oh my goodness, if I never coached another person, that alone is transformation for me that's immeasurable. So, you guys, I'm grateful for you. Have an amazing week. Wonderful holiday season. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, ladies, that is it for today. Before we go, I want to invite you to head over to debbieshadid.com. I have this incredible Canva training specifically designed for life coaches, where I'm going to teach you how to use Canva to create beautiful graphics to market your life coaching business. All right, have an amazing week. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.